Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live. Today I will be doing improvisations. I will take inspiration from this cafe in Korea where everything is kind of sketch. And this cafe looks really nice and it feels relaxing. And I feel like I want to draw something like this in 3D, right? Using Blender and Grease Pencil, maybe. So, yeah, if you're new to Blender, there's a lot of things to learn, but I think the easiest tool to start with is actually this tool right here. Add cube, add cone, add cylinder, add whatever, but you can just use add cube like for today. So this is the selection modes that you can have, right? But I will just delete everything, so start from nothing. Um, so using this add cube, you can do a lot. You can start with maybe by drawing a floor. So we want to build some kind of cafe, right, with a wall, etc. So this thing is actually doing a snapping for you. It doesn't. I mean, you can do like you can use this left control, left alt, left shift to do like a toggle snapping, things like that. For example, if I hold control, you can see there's like a snapping suddenly turn on. So I can draw something now with the snapping on. Okay, that's not what I want. But anyway, let's say you want to draw like a frame. You can also, while drawing, you can hold shift to make it proportional and options so that you can kind of draw from the center. This is actually really handy. So maybe I'm drawing like a frame of some sort. So this already, by using this tool, you can already draw something very, very quickly. For example, you want to draw like a table, even. So, and normally I'll switch to move tool using grab tool. Just my hotkey is G and Z, just to lift it up. Say if it's like a table, we want to draw the leg. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just needs to be touching the floor. Anyway, don't worry too much about it. Don't worry too much about how to make it perfect. Oh, by the way, don't forget to save. So this is just an improvisation, just making a 3D cafe of some sort. So if you want to draw like another wall, or you ever want to draw something that's outside of it, you can snap something here and then just hold the option, so you can draw outside of it, and you can just bring it up. So I remember all the hotkeys like G for grab, R for rotate, RX, RY, things like that. I memorize it, but if you don't know the hotkey yet, you can use this move, rotate, scale, or transform tool. So let's continue. With this guy, we can just duplicate it, Shift D, duplicate it. We're making a table for a character. Maybe I'll make like some kind of robot at some point. Okay, let's continue. The nice thing about this tool is that it's really quite robust and simple. That's the thing. It's really simple to use, and you don't need to think too much because everyone knows how to place block on top of another block, and this tool really make it simple. Okay, that's not what I want to create. I want to make a block that goes through there. Then maybe it's like a chair. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Pick it up. Like a small chair. Once you get more confident with Blender, like you know how to rotate, orbit, zoom in and zoom out, you're gonna work faster, and you will find your ways to create 3D objects properly. But placing blocks on top of another block is the simplest way to do it. You can create a plate, some kind of glass. Think of everything as a block. So this, of course, this is like really funky looking glass. You want to make a hole, right? And the way to do it, if you want to do it manually, is to use Boolean Difference, and you grab this object and you Boolean it using this object, like so. And this guy is already cutting the small box. It's already cutting the big box. And you just need to hit apply. There's a faster way to do that in Blender. If you want to do Boolean, you need to activate it using preference. There's something called BoolTool with a lot of hotkeys to do difference, union, etc. But I just remember once, Control-Shift-B, okay? So for example, if we want to draw this cup, if we want to kind of cut in, so I already draw that object. I want to cut into this guy. All I need to do is Control-Shift-B and just difference. So it's gonna cut through the objects. We don't have modifier, it's just gonna do it for us. Again, it's not perfectly centered, but it's okay because we're just making a simple basic thing, you know, just for fun. But if you actually, the funny thing about 3D is that if you place objects at the right place and in certain layout, it started to look pretty complete, even though it's really basic and simple. It's pretty strange. I just found out pretty late. Just found out recently. So let's draw some kind of robot. The simplest robot. I mean, supposedly you draw the robot center so you can mirror it. That might be a good idea. Select all this, move it into a new collection. So select all, tap A, M, new collections, call it cafe, hide everything. So if you want to draw like a robot, maybe not in size, but maybe don't worry about that too much. Let's just draw something. Maybe this is the robot body. Actually, I don't need to make the robot symmetrical. It's okay. Let's just draw the neck and draw the head. This one I want to hold options. Hold it here for the robot. This is, I call it like freestyle modeling of robot. The nose. Right, it's really simple. Eyebrow. This guy, if you want to cut in, I just select all these three, 1, 2, 3, holding Shift, Command J, push this a little bit in and make cut into this guy. Control Shift B. So we have something that goes in. So this body is too big. So the robot looks menacing. I'm gonna actually go to edit mode. Everything we worked so far is in object mode. I will hit tab, go to edit mode. Here we can select the vertices, edges, faces of the robot. Maybe this is starting to get complicated, but I don't want to get too complicated. It just need to be like a relaxing exercise. It's supposed to be fun and not stressful. Yeah, anyway, I need to draw a hand. So again, I'm holding Option so I can draw something like that. It's a funny looking robot, but it's pretty abstract. It's an improvisation. Maybe this robot is it's gonna give you like a coffee. It's gonna be serving you. The snapping actually works really well. It's like pixel art kind of robot. You can add materials, things like that, a bit later. Maybe it's bringing you some kind of cake, special cake. Okay, for the leg, maybe just select these two and duplicate. This guy is a new, we can move it into new collections. Just call it robot. By moving it into collections, you can easily later, we can create some kind of assets. Okay, our robot is too small, but we can select it easily. Select object. Okay, the robot is too small, make it bigger. Then rotate it 90 degrees. Keep everything boxy and in 90 degrees so it's become certain style. Okay, now the fun part actually, if you want to make it like this, you can start drawing using Grease Pencil. If you want to do that, I'm gonna show you anyway. What is this? Delete. Save. I saved this already. If you want to start doodling using Grease Pencil to make it more sketchy, you can. Oh, actually, this. Shift A, create Grease Pencil blank, and start drawing. You want to be sure that when you're placing your stroke, you don't want to use 2D layers. You want this to be 3D locations. And you might need a material. Grab a materials that you like. I like the felt ink. And you want to place this on the surface of object with very little offset. Actually, you can make it 0, but yeah, if you want to draw this, with the new Grease Pencil, you can't draw anything unless you turn on the auto key. So it's gonna draw keyframe, Grease Pencil keyframe for you. Now you can start drawing. So again, this is not supposed to be stressful. If you draw the outline of this, your creations, your artwork, okay, it's drawing it in 3D, so sometimes it's not to the back. So I don't quite like that behavior, but if you are more careful with the placement, yeah, that's pretty bad. It should be relaxing. And it's gonna take time to draw everything. So I'm not gonna do that today. You can add materials to the Grease Pencil so it's look like black and white, and you can add materials to everything so it's a white color. So yeah, I recommend you to try doing that. Well, let's go back to the originals collection. There's a quicker way. If you're using Blender 2.93 beta, F3 and type in LineArt. And let's use LineArt on the collections. Make our source, for example, the robot. We should already be seeing Grease Pencil. If we have a camera, Shift A, create a camera, view through the camera, and now inside the camera we locked camera to view, and now you can see our robot has Grease Pencil stroke. Okay, pretty cool. So let's add another line art, collection line art. This one should be for the cafe. So we can have two different color. So this is line art Grease Pencil for the robot. This is line art for the cafe. The thing with when working in 3D also, if you keep everything organized, you're gonna thank yourself later. So what's happening here? The Grease Pencil is drawn automatically for you from the angle of the camera. You can bake this. Also, you can turn this into something that you can render. I'm gonna select all by type mesh, all the mesh, not the Grease Pencil object. I'm gonna assign a material. So I'm assigning it to one. Now I want to Command L and link materials to every selected object. So now we have this. Our cafe with the line art strokes, it's very clean, it's very nice already. You can bake this into AR if you like, but we have that cafe being created with just just a few minutes. You can do this faster. If the line is too clean for you, you can, because this is a modifier for Grease Pencil, it's automated. You can change the thickness. You can also add some noise. Play around with the strength and the noise, actually the thickness, strength and noise scale. We can do the same for our robot. Thickness. There's an occlusion. You can change the occlusion level like that if you want to, or yeah, just randomize a little bit. So yeah, This is a style that I was trying to create. So yeah, so what do you think? It's pretty fun to create, right? It's pretty simple, pretty easy and fun. Again, it shouldn't be stressful. Give this a try yourself. I think it's really fun, and you can export it out as AR if you want to learn how. You need to bake out the grease pencil into curve, into something that you can bake and export as AR. But this is the process. All right. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.